In this video, we'll be looking at a 20-mark essay question from paper 1. It is really important to practice past paper questions, so I'm glad you're here. As we know, Edexcel 20 markers typically have two options, and there is a way to structure them that can help you achieve marks easily. This video will show you an example of a 20-mark question, a case study, and a model answer. If you would like tips on how to structure the 20 marker and tips on specifically what examiners are looking for, then please do check out this video. I'll put the link to it in the description box. There are also other videos in the series which might be useful for you to watch. Straight to the question. To prevent further business failure, Jamie could either reduce costs or adapt to market changes, evaluate these two options, and recommend which option is most likely to prevent further business failure. In 2017, Jamie Oliver blamed intense competition and rising costs such as ingredients and rent for the closure of 6 of his Italian restaurants. Accounts for 2016 showed the business had slumped to a £9.9 million loss from a profit of £2.4 million a year earlier. At the same time, Byron, the burger chain, had to be rescued financially after expanding too quickly. The problems at Jamie's Italian restaurants reflect the wider market for casual dining. In recent years, consumers have spent more on eating out, but a large number of new restaurant openings led to intense competition. Peter Martin, Vice President at the Food and Drink Consultancy CGA, says savvy operators such as Nando's and JD Wetherspoon have remained successful by adapting to changing tastes. With this much choice in the market, customers will choose other options unless you stay fresh and relevant. When Jamie came onto the scene, it was new and exciting. They were taking samples outside for people to try, which was innovative. However, more and more businesses are doing that sort of thing now. So we have the two options: reduce costs or adapt to market changes. To prevent further business failure, Jamie could focus on reducing costs. According to the case study, rising costs, such as ingredients and rent, were major contributors to the closure of 6 of Jamie's Italian restaurants. Reducing these operational costs could help improve the business's financial position, especially given the £9.9 million loss in 2016 compared to a £2.4 million profit the year before. If Jamie can negotiate lower rents or find more cost-effective suppliers, the business might be able to reduce losses and survive in the highly competitive casual dining market. This would lead to lower break-even points and help the business maintain operations even with reduced revenue. However, there is a risk that cutting costs could lead to a decline in the quality of the customer experience. Since Jamie's Italian originally attracted customers with a unique and high-quality offering, any visible cost-cutting may damage the brand image. This could result in fewer returning customers and a further drop in revenue, making it harder to prevent business failure in the long term. Hopefully you can see that there is links back to preventing business failure because that was part of the question. So using the wording in the question is very important. And you can see that there's good application here. And if you found this video useful, please do like it and subscribe. It sends a signal to me to let me know I should produce more videos just like this. On to option 2. A second option is to adapt to market changes. The case study highlights that competitors like Nando's and JD Wetherspoon have remained successful by adapting to changing tastes. Jamie's Italian was initially seen as new and exciting, offering free samples to draw in customers. This would lead to increased footfall and positive word of mouth at the time, helping the brand build a strong reputation and customer base. However, this strategy has become more common in the market, so Jamie's no longer stands out. One way to adapt could be by updating the menu to focus more on the growing vegan market, which aligns with changing consumer preferences for healthier and more sustainable options. This would lead to greater appeal among a wider customer base, helping to differentiate Jamie's Italian from other casual dining chains and encouraging more visits. As a result, this increased relevance in a competitive market could help Jamie's Italian maintain a customer interest and prevent business failure. However, adapting to change will require some investment and careful planning, and if it's not well executed, the business risks wasting limited resources without seeing the necessary return to recover. This could worsen the financial situation, especially if the changes fail to attract sufficient customer interest or disrupt existing operations during implementation. So as you can see here, there is good application mentioning Nando's and JD Wetherspoon, the vegan market. Also, what you can see is links back to the question as well. Prevent business failure. It's very important that we stay focused on the question. Now, for our final recommendation paragraph, we are going to ensure that we answer the question, we justify it. We write it depends on. We consider the short-term impacts and also the long-term. In addition to that, we will apply one aspect of MOPS. Overall, adapting to market changes is more likely to prevent further business failure. Jamie's Italian faces significant direct competition from chains like Ask Italian, Prezzo, Zizzi and Pizza Express, as well as indirect competition from eateries like Byron. Given this intense competition, it is essential that Jamie's Italian stays ahead by adapting to the ever-changing needs of its customers. In the short term, this could involve refreshing the menu or offering innovative dining experiences to attract attention and retain customer interest. It depends on Jamie's ability to quickly identify and respond to shifts in consumer preferences. In the long term, consistently adapting to these changes will allow Jamie's Italian to stand out in a crowded market, build customer loyalty, and ultimately prevent business failure. Thank you for watching this video. The next two videos that will appear on the screen are what YouTube thinks you should watch next.